The day began like any other quiet, unassuming, and far from the chores that was seen unfold. You were curled up on the one sofa in the corner of your family's small but cozy living room, sipping tea while flipping through a novel. Your sister Ha-yoon was supposed to be getting ready for her wedding that afternoon. The grand ceremony had been meticulously planned for months, and everyone was eagerly anticipating the union between her and Jungkook, the rich, dashing heir, who had made a name for himself not just as a businessman, but also for his infamous high school antics. Unfortunately, you had been one of his many targets during those days. Jungkook had made your life miserably during high school. His teasing had been relentless, his remarks cutting, and his pranks cruel. You had sworn to stay far away from him after graduation, burying the painful memories. So, when Ha-yoon had introduced him as her fiance, your heart sank. How could the universe be so cruel? The house was bustling with activity. Florists came in and out, decorators worked tirelessly, and the sound of laughter filled the air. You were helping Ha-yoon with her makeup when she suddenly turned pale. Why? She whispered, clutching your hand. I can't do this. What do you mean? You asked, alarmed. I don't love him, she confessed, tears welling up in her eyes. I thought I could go through with it, but I can't. I can't marry someone I don't have feelings for. You stared at her, stunned. Hyun, the wedding is in a few hours. Everyone is waiting. I don't care, she said firmly, rising from the chair. I'm leaving. Please don't try to stop me. Before you could respond, she was gone, leaving behind a stunned silence and the weight of an impossible situation on your shoulders. The moment you informed Jungkook about Ha-yoon's disappearance, his calm demeanor shattered. His sharp jaw clenched and his piercing eyes narrowed. She left? He asked, his voice cold and laced with disbelief. You nodded hesitantly. She did not want to marry you. For a moment he said nothing, staring into the distance. Then he turned to you with an expression you could not quite decipher. The wedding must go on. What are you talking about? My family, your family, the media, everyone is here, he said, his tone clipped. I can't let this turn into a scandal. Jungkook, this is not something you can just. The words hung in the air, heavy and choking. What? You gasped, stepping back. Marry me instead? He said, his gaze unwavering. You're her sister. It's close enough to what people expect. No one has to know. Are you insane? Do you want your family's reputation to be ruined? He countered. His voice rising slightly. This is the only solution. You wanted to scream to tell him how absurd he was being, but deep down you knew he was right. Your family's name would be dragged through the mud if the wedding was called off. Against your better judgment, you agreed. Just in Hyun's wedding gown, you felt like an imposter. The weight of the decision pressed down on you. As you walked down the aisle, your heart pounding with every step. Jungkook stood at the altar, his expression unreadable. As the votes were exchanged, you could not bring yourself to look into his eyes. This was not how you had imagined your wedding day. Certainly, no, with the man who had once made you miserable. Now the Ufin pronounced you husband and wife. Jungle lead in for the ceremonial kiss. It was brief, almost mechanical, but it sent a shiver down your spine. The weeks following the wedding were tense. You moved into Jungkook's lavish apartment, but the atmosphere was anything but welcoming. He treated you with indifference, barely acknowledging your presence unless necessary. One evening, as you were sitting in the living room, he finally spoke. Why did you agree to this? He asked, his tone accusatory. I did not have a choice, he replied, making his case. You are the one who insisted on this arrangement. He scoffed, don't act like a murderer. You could have said no. And was my family fall apart? No, thank you. The conversation ended there, but it left a lingering tension between you. One night you found Jungkook in his study, a glass of whiskey in hand. He looked different, vulnerable, almost human. Why did Taehyung leave? He asked quietly, his eyes fixed on the glass. She did not love you, you admitted. He let out a bitter laugh. Furious. You hesitated before speaking again. Why did you bully me in high school? The question seemed to catch him off guard. He looked at you, his expression softening for the first time. I was stupid, immature. I did not know how to handle feelings. Feelings? He nodded, his gaze softening. I like you, but I did not know how to deal with it. So I lashed out. His confession left you speechless. The man who had tormented you for years had done so out of some misguided affection. Over time, the icy wall between you began to thaw. Jungkook made an effort to be kinder, more attentive. You found yourself laughing at his jokes, enjoying his company. One evening, as you sat on the balcony watching the city lights, he turned to you. I know this is not how either of us imagined our lives, he said, but maybe we can make it work. You looked at him surprised. Do you mean that? He nodded. I don't want to live in the past anymore. I want to build something new with you. For the first time, you saw sincerity in his eyes, and for the first time, you allow yourself to hope. Months turned into years, and what had begun as a reluctant arrangement blossomed into a genuine partnership. Jungkook's sharp edges softened, and your wounds began to heal. Together, you created a life built on understanding and mutual respect, a testament to the fact that even the most unlikely of beginnings can lead to something beautiful. The end.